Fluff. Pretty sure that's what Mama said. Yep, that was me. Wondering how I got away with it, too. It's this magic couch. Performance fabric or something. Stains don't stick. Chaos? No big deal. Mistakes? Forgiven. Which is good, because I regret nothing. Only at Home Zone.
It's the Getaway Sales Event at Round Rock Hyundai. Get 0% financing and no payments for 90 days on the 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe. Or get $1,000 bonus cash on the new Hyundai Elantra. Exit 250 or roundrockhyundai.com.
This school year, Round Rock Hyundai wants to make sure kids have the supplies they need to thrive. So this portion of proceeds from each vehicle we sell directly to local schools to support our teachers and students. Learn more at roundrockhyundai.com.
I'm a martial artist, a skydiver, a pilot, and all of them require your feet to work. Get up in the morning, and it felt like I was standing on marbles on my heel. When I went into the Good Feet store, the fitting was personalized. It was all about me. You put in the arch supports, and your day becomes better, and the sun shines high, and it's a good life. I'm Randy, and that's my Good Feet story.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Hey everybody, Chief Forecaster David Alford with Storm, and impulse weather. It's a little bit of a mix, which we'll explain more about here in just a moment. But hello everybody. If you guys have any questions, comments, or anything like that, feel free to comment down below as we are reading the chat right now. We got Lucas in here, we got Clint in here, we got Live on Tropics in the chats. Good evening to y'all and good evening to everybody else. All right, so let's get to the weather. If you guys have any, again, comments or questions, want to say hi, feel free to comment in our live stream chats. All right, so here's what's ongoing right now with what is brand new. Y'all ready? I am. Let's go ahead and show you this. Breaking news. Storm is excited to announce that... All right, we're still live. All right, Storm is excited to announce that David Alford will be rejoining the Storm Network. Sorry about that. So, we'll be announcing that he's joining the network again. We made a deal that the Storm Network will return with a renewed focus on the Austin-San Antonio area, metro area too. Impulse Weather will return to the Storm name, and we will continue to bring you top-notch coverage of weather across Central Texas and occasionally national updates as well, meaning like if there's nothing really happening in Central Texas, y'all will get some updates nationally. And of course, we thank you everyone for the patience and support over the past week. It has been difficult, but we look forward to getting back to what we do best here at Storm. So again, we are returning back to the Storm Network officially. So that is wonderful news to say. So let's go ahead and take a look outside right now at downtown Austin, where we have the beautiful skyline that is underway right now. And again, it is kind of, is it dusty looking to y'all? I don't know, it looks a little bit dusty in the distance, but overall it's not incredibly crazy right now from the horizon shot that we are seeing live right now in downtown Austin. But things are relatively okay. And the radar right now is showing nothing across the board right now, so things are looking a-okay for us this evening. All right, so let's go ahead and talk more about your weather forecast now. So, as we take a look at the viewing area here at Storm, these are all the counties we cover. Again, Mason, the Kerr County, the Bexar County, the Gonzales, to Fayette, Lee, Milam, back over here. This is the corporate of the viewing area. We may add this county south of Kerrville to the area to just make it 20 counties that we cover. But as of now, we just cover 19 here in Central Texas. All right, triple digit counter. Today we had 6 days so far this year of being in the triple digits, which is absolutely not as much. Compared to last year, we had 32. By the way, today is the hottest it's been all year long in Austin. The hottest temperature so far was 101, but today we just hit 102 degrees in Austin, and it was a hot one today. So, yeah, pretty crazy. All right, so as we take a look at what we're tracking, triple digits are possible tomorrow. Humidity is back on the increase, and we do got some small weekend rain chances ahead in our forecast. We got Kristen Brown in the chat. We got Lucky Lou in the chat, or Lucas in the chat. So nice to see y'all in the stream this evening. All right, latest drought update, which came out earlier today. You can see Austin is in a abnormally dry, where that yellow is at. That means it's just dry, no drought when you see the yellow. So that's what Austin's under. But southern Travis County towards the airport, down towards San Antonio under a moderate drought. Then it gets to a severe drought in that gold-looking color. Then that red is extreme, and dark red is exceptional. And we actually have exceptional drought just west of San Antonio, just near the Madera area in the San Antonio viewing area. All right, Doppler radar right now shows things pretty quiet for right now, but there's one thing I want to do. We're going to go ahead and... So, question mark is, well, actually, before I even talk about that, we have weekend rain chances. It's only for Friday and Saturday, though. Some people consider Friday being the weekend because some people have a 3-day weekend sometimes, so it's almost part of the weekend almost. But if we go ahead and check out our forecast for the risk potential for severe weather, there's not a severe weather risk, but the Storm Prediction Center has highlighted portions of the viewing area under a general thunderstorm risk, so you can see widespread across the coverage area. It is just a general risk. That's for tomorrow. So let's go ahead. If this tool wants to work, we can go to Saturday. And Saturday, also, it's just a copy and paste pretty much. Nothing different on Saturday either. And if we go back here, let's go check out our flooding risk for our tomorrow. And you can actually see the entire viewing area is under level 1 out of 4 marginal risk. So this is something that we'll have to watch closely as the Weather Prediction Center has highlighted portions of our viewing area. And as we take a look at Saturday's risk, you can see that pretty much the entire viewing area once again is under that level 1 risk. So again, that's something that we're going to watch closely. So as we take a look at your dew point tracker, as of tomorrow, we're forecasting 67 degrees dew points, which will put us in the uncomfortable level for tomorrow. So uncomfortable to tropical almost conditions. So it's going to feel pretty sticky and gross outside, and that trend will actually continue. So as we take a look at your forecast with the muggy meter, the mugginess is actually going to only increase next several days as we get more of that moisture that will come in, and then it will start to quiet back down by the middle to end of next week. So summer heat precautions, of course, as the humidity increases and the moisture increases and dew points start to rise. Of course, take breaks inside, stay hydrated, remember kids and pets, and then check on friends and family. So your forecast tonight in Austin, a low of 76 with clouds and moon, and much warmer tonight. And then on your Friday, high of 99. Some of us may hit 100 potentially, but much more humid in the return of storm chances, which is about a 20 to a 30% chance. I actually may, once I see you back here tonight at 10 or 9 o'clock, so 9 or 10 o'clock is when we'll go live again, I will probably most likely bump up our rain chances to a 40%. And I think we'll go more in depth about why we're going to see more rain chances starting tomorrow and Saturday. It's because a frontal boundary, it's going to stall on top of our area for over 2 days, and that will give us some rain chances across the area. In which some storms could produce some very minor low flooding. So something we'll watch closely. So Thursday's planner, waking up at 77 degrees, much warmer and gross. 93 by noon, and then by 5 p.m. it's 93. Still with storms in the vicinity in Austin potentially. The particular model I chose shows storms at 5 p.m. So and that's why we have that there. But there will be storms across the area. There is not an alert day tomorrow. That red is just there to be aware. There could be some interrupting plans tomorrow. I may make this yellow instead of red. Red is like more of an alert color. Yellow is like a caution. Yeah, we'll do yellow. Caution. The rest for storms is there. All right, sneak peek to the weekend here. 96 on Saturday for Austin, 98 for San Antonio, 96 the Hill Country, 95 Coastal Plains with those storm chances. Storm chances go down to pretty much a 10% to a 0% for Sunday, but 97 on Sunday for Austin, 101 on San Antonio on Sunday. Double nines for highs in the Hill Country, then 97 for portions of the Coastal Plains. So your new 7-day forecast here is showing you 96 degrees on Friday with a 20% rain chance. On Saturday, high of 96 as well with a 20% rain chance. 97 on Sunday by the end of the week with no rain chances forecasted right now. Could bring in a small 10% rain chance on Monday, but we'll watch it with highs in the upper 90s, and in the upper 90s do continue and result of our forecast for portions of next week. And actually, once the dew points start to go back down, we'll actually trade out the mixture of clouds and sun to just clear skies, just like what we saw this week here in South Central Texas. So that's what we got right now with your forecast. Once again, if you guys have any questions, comments, or anything like that, feel free to comment down below. We're going to take a quick 1-minute break, and then we'll give you another recap of your forecast in case you just joined the stream a bit late, and of course, read the live stream chats. I'm Chief Forecaster David Alford here at the Storm Weather Center in Austin. Hey everybody, welcome back over to the Storm TV Network channel here on the network. I'm Chief Forecaster David Alford. As mentioned, we are officially back to being part of Storm on YouTube. So we're going back to how we were in the past, but a brand new look to things is coming to the future. Impulse Weather, I know it's been an interesting brand, but I just want to point this out, guys. Impulse Weather potentially could be like a show. We may start these new things called like shows, and Impulse Weather may be a show, part of Storm. We will see. But this probably will not be the only time you'll see Impulse Weather. Later tonight, we'll continue running Impulse Weather, but starting tomorrow, the Impulse Weather branding should start to drop. But we will probably bring Impulse Weather back in the future. But for now, Impulse Weather will still be existent in the next couple of days or so. Reading the live chat this evening here, and of course, if you have anything else you guys want to say, feel free to comment down below right now. David is live. Yes. Red alert, yellow caution for the future. Got it. Yes. Yes. It's going to rain. There's chances. Go back, yeah. The yellow alert and red alert, I did too. Yeah, I don't really do yellow as an alert. I just put that as a cautionarity of, hey, storms are possible. There could be an impact potentially, but, or there could be an impulse to the weather, so something that you're going to need to watch closely. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, typically don't do yellow alerts. It's always red, or I just had a little box saying, hey, what's heads up. I am noticing my camera or the OBS keeps freezing up. I don't know why that's happening. So that's very interesting tonight. All right, so that's what I got. So let's take a look at temperatures right now. It is hot. Hundreds out there. Boy, that cannot be right. Let's go back. So look at this, guys. Today in Austin, we hit another triple-digit day, and now we're at 6 days compared to 32 from what we had last year. So that is absolutely phenomenal. Temperatures right now, we're sitting at 100 in Austin. It's 101 in San Antonio, 99 in Marble Falls, where I live at, 94 in LaGrange, 99 in Rockdale, Georgetown at 100. So it's still hot out there. It's 7:20 at night, and it's still in the triple digits for a lot of us. But one thing I'm noticing, the air quality is actually getting worse. There's air quality alerts in the Houston area, but all that bad air quality is coming our direction. So something that I am watching and monitoring very, very closely. Nice phrasing. Yes. That could be you potentially could. Impulse to the weather. I like it. Yes, it was a pretty good pun. Yes, that's a good pun. I like it. All right, so let's go ahead and do your full forecast once again. So let's go ahead and take a live look out there for you guys in Austin, Texas, shall we? Where things are, what do we think? Things are not looking too bad. Before we do, let's take a live look in San Antonio where it's hot. It's triple digits right now. 101, not my favorite kind of weather at 7:20 at night. But as you can see, San Antonio still looking pretty bright out there. Some serious clouds, but overall the conditions are not too bad out there. Here's a live look right now in Austin. There is some of that kind of haze looking in the distance, but overall another phenomenal shot. Here is South Austin, and you can see that things are also actually very clear on this live shot. And here is Round Rock at the Kalahari, and you can see that things are also looking pretty clear out there now. Here's traffic conditions on I-35 in Round Rock, and things are moving pretty smoothly this evening, so that is wonderful news. And here is an upside down camera in Liberty Hill, Texas. Again, things are not looking too bad out there right now. Here is a live look outside right now in Bee Cave, Texas, where things are looking rather great. Clear skies as well. Here is another live look at Santa Rita Ranch in Liberty Hill, and things are also looking pretty clear, but there are some serious clouds out in the distance. So again, that's what things are looking like out there right now. So back to the camera here. This is Austin, Texas, as this takes a second to load over, and you can see that again it's kind of hazy looking out there, but things are not looking terribly bad as of this instance for this evening. And again, not bad. The weather conditions could be worse, and as of now, we're looking all right. So now let's take a look at what we're tracking. We're tracking some triple-digit heat possible tomorrow. The humidity is back on the increase, guys. Just want to point that out. And some small weekend storm chances are ahead. So as we take a look at the drought monitor that came out today, we are in a moderate drought for southern Travis County, portions of Caldwell County, as well as sections of Hayes County, Kendall County, Guadalupe, Comel, and even Bexar County, all under those extreme drought alerts or conditions right now. But where it gets a little bit more extreme is once you get down towards San Antonio and areas west of San Antonio, that's where the drought is relatively pretty bad. So as we take a look at your radar right now, things are relatively dry right now across south central Texas. We're going to stay dry at least throughout the next 5 to 6 hours, or 1 second. Sorry about that. I should say relatively dry for at least the next 12 to 13 to 14 hours here in Central Texas, so things are looking okay with that. All right, I noticed my face is glitching really badly, so 1 second. We're going to fix that, or try to. Did that work? I think it made it worse. 1 second. Welcome to live streaming. Okay, yeah. It looks like I have a bad hole in my face. What happens if I really drop the similarity? Let's go 395. I know it makes the thing more glitchier. Okay, so it's fixed, but it's more pixelated. So let's go 400. 400. It's a little glary, but it's doable. So I think we're okay. We'll do this. We'll do this for now. I will continue to do more touch-ups with this down in the future. So just FYI for anybody wanting to know. All right, so before we get to the next scene here and talk about your flood threat, severe weather, we got the comments here. Use Canva. Yes, I do. For some parts of my forecast, I do use Canva. But then I do some transitions over to Max and stuff like that. Also, is it supposed to rain south near the Gulf Coast this weekend? We're going to have a frontal boundary stall over central Texas, and I believe it's supposed to shift back up north. So The risk is there, but it's very low. Just use the KXA1 from Santa Rita Ranch. Yep, that's what I used earlier to show you. Any new cams coming soon? These are all the new cams I have for right now here in our area that I can find. I used to have one in some popular bar restaurants outside in Austin, but they actually went out of business. So, yep, we're not using that camera anymore. We actually used that camera before in the past. But I am working on getting more cameras, and I will obviously share those around once I get them over, and the company that I'm working with or partnered with, they're going to help me get more cameras. So that's why we have a lot more cameras added than we've had ever before. All right, and again, here in the Austin, San Antonio area, we have a camera in Canyon Lake too. We also have a camera at Lake Travis. I did not show that tonight on stream just because I haven't created the top bar for it yet, but everything else is up to date. All right, so now let's go ahead and talk about our severe weather risk for tomorrow. Just want to point this out. There is not a severe risk tomorrow, but just to show you, the Storm Prediction Center for our area on Saturday? No, tomorrow's Friday. On Friday, tomorrow, the the Storm Prediction Center has highlighted the entire viewing area just under a general storm risk. So nothing too crazy to be worried about, but the risk will be there for some storms. So if we go ahead and change this from tomorrow to Saturday, you can see on Saturday, pretty much just a copy and paste, the same thing, just general storm risk, storms are possible, and that's about it. So as we go back over here, let's take a look at flood risk. We do have 2 days in a row, tomorrow and Saturday, where we do have a flood risk. So here's what it looks like. You can see in general, pretty much the entire viewing area under a level 1 out of 4 marginal risk of flooding. These storms that develop, they should develop right around the frontal boundary that will stall out on our area, which will be stationary. And when that does occur, that will create storms north and south, and they'll be going all over the place, according to what models are indicating. So something that, of course, we're going to watch closely. That's tomorrow's outlook, but on Saturday, the Weather Prediction Center has actually issued another level 1 risk of flooding from Mason County to Kerr County to northern Baird County to all of the I-35 corridor and areas east up by I-35. As of right now, I am not issuing a weather alert day for tomorrow nor Saturday because the conditions, they kind of are there for some excessive rain, but the storms that develop should be relatively moving at a decent pace of speed, but they will be moving a little bit slowly potentially, and there could be a training effect with some storms that may happen. So there is that risk where some of us may get an easy 1 to 2 inches of rain in a short period of time, but still, we'll have to watch things closely. Now, on Friday, if things are, I guess, crazy weather-wise, we may throw an alert day Saturday, but as of now, no weather alert days are warranted or have been watched or issued right now. But again, we'll continue to monitor all of it for you. And of course, keep it here on Storm for the latest information. So, dew points tomorrow at 67 degrees. That's going to put us in the uncomfortable level, but eventually we will get to the tropical level as I show you our outlook here for the muggy meter. You can see that the mugginess actually starts to increase and actually just levels out Saturday through Tuesday. And then as that boundary shifts more northward, that will put us back in the comfortable levels of the mugginess and less of a dry heat, or more of a dry heat instead of a soupy, moist heat that we have experienced today and will next several days. So with this heat underway and the mugginess, tomorrow and next few days, make sure to be mindful to take breaks inside, stay hydrated, drink plenty of fluids and water, some Gatorade works, stuff like that. Remember kids and pets, and of course, check on friends and family. The other day, we gave you a storm heads up that, hey, get your air conditioner checked to make sure it's good and working. And actually, some of y'all DM'd me and y'all did that. So Awesome to hear. So, your 24-hour forecast here tonight in Austin, low of 76 is what we're going with a mixture of clouds and moon. Humid and warmer though. And then on your Friday, a high of 99. Much more humid than the return of storm chances at about a 20 to a 40% chance. And I did mention earlier, if y'all join me at 9 or 10 p.m. tonight, I may do some adjusting with the temperatures and the percentage of rain. So if you want to see that, make sure to join me later tonight at 10 o'clock. Your planner for Thursday, we should wake up right around the mid 70s for most of us tomorrow morning, low 90s by lunchtime, and then by 5 p.m. we're at 93 degrees with the risk of storms being in the viewing area. A sneak peek into your weekend forecast. Thunderstorm chances for pretty much everybody. Mid 90s expected for highs. But by Sunday, a lot of us will be flirting with triple digits and should be drier conditions by your Sunday. So now as we take a look at your 7-day forecast here, 96 pair both days, Friday and Saturday. Double 97 Sunday and Monday. And then we're kind of just leveling out. Upper 90s, near 100 next couple days with a mixture of clouds and sun as we have some of that moisture in our area. But by Wednesday and Thursday of next week, we'll start to get a drier air mass in our area, and those clouds will start to fall apart, fade away, and we'll trade those clouds out, falling apart, to clear skies and much drier conditions here in our viewing area. So as we go ahead and take a look at this new product here that was developed just last night, you can see on your screen right now, we're going to take a look at what this particular model is saying for temperatures tomorrow. So this is going to, let's set it up at, here is your Friday. So by 9 in the morning on Friday, this particular model run is saying we could be at 83 degrees in Austin, 83 in San Antonio, upper 70s in Fredericksburg potentially. So something to watch. And by 11 in the morning, most of us are in the 90s at this point in the afternoon. And then by 5 p.m., 6 p.m., temperatures should be in the 90s or near 100. But this particular model wants to print out a storm over Austin around 6 p.m. So that's why you see 85 degrees instead of 98 compared to Lano. So something, of course, we'll watch closely. And then just letting this play itself out. And you can see, of course, by overnight Saturday, temperatures will go downhill. And then by lunchtime on Saturday, temperatures already hot, 90s and 80s across the board. And by 5 p.m., yeah, look at that, 102 for a high potentially on Saturday, according to this model. So again, something to watch closely. And since we'll have the mugginess back in our forecasts, what about the humidity? So by Friday afternoon, or Friday early afternoon, by noon, it's saying we could have a heat index anywhere from 103 to 106 for portions of the area. But by 5 p.m., the heat index potentially could be at, let's see, anywhere from 94 to 104 degrees. So again, something to watch. And then on Saturday, we could have heat indexes also in the triple digits. So again, something that we'll watch relatively closely. Of course, the radar right now is relatively dry across the board. Again, the dew points, as mentioned, are on the rise. This is going to be your afternoon on Friday. You can see it's in the 60s and 70s, so pretty tropical. Things are not going to feel super nice, and then they just start to go back downhill. And of course, as we take a look at the rainfall totals, this particular model is saying potentially over 2 inches of rain in Hayes County on Friday. So again, these particular models have been saying that, yes, the risk is there for a training effect with some storms. And that's what I said earlier. So again, we'll have to watch this closely. If that risk is there, we will obviously be here at the Weather Center to inform y'all and keep you guys up to date with everything. So, as we go ahead and take another look here, this is a live look in Austin, Texas, as the sun is nearly setting. But again, things are not looking too shabby out there this evening here in the ATX. All right, so again, that is what we have for right now. If you guys have any other comments you want to say, feel free to message them down below in the chats before we end things off, and potentially we will come back on later this evening with another live stream on the Storm TV Network YouTube channel. But again, that's in about 2 hours from now potentially. But for now, again everybody, that is what we got for now. Here is San Antonio, where things are not looking too bad out there right now either on this evening. I'm doing some testing real quick. Yeah. I'm looking for live webcams, but they're hard to find. Yes, they are. They're really difficult to find. The ones I wanted to find. Here's a live look right now at the Kalahari and Marble Falls in Round Rock, and you can see it's also looking pretty dry out there, and a lot of people driving around, of course, on this Friday's Eve evening on this Thursday. All right, thank you for watching. I will see y'all back here potentially around 9 or 10 p.m. We will see. Those graphics are very nice. Thank you very much. 1 hour and 24 minutes to be exact. Yep. Alright guys, I will see y'all later. Thanks for watching.